All right, you guys, I'm back. I'm going to start this reading at the hour of the moon in Pisces still. All right, we're looking at the energy of Venus in Aries and Pluto in Aquarius in sextile. All right, so sextiles bring over the energy of harmony, of balance, of compatibility. Within these two signs, we have Venus in Aries at 1 degree and 56 minutes, and Pluto in Aquarius at 1 degree and 56 minutes. I'm going to read out the Sabian symbols for 2 degrees on each one. All right, so we're speaking about a comedian entertaining a group at the 2 degree mark with Venus in Aries. It says adjustments to feedback, becoming able to see ourselves objectively from another's viewpoint, adjustments to feedback. Objectivity arises when we come to see that we exist within an extended sphere of reality, and when we can laugh at how insignificant we actually are within that inestimable cosmic world. We see how silly is our prideful self-love, and within the context of the greater picture, how irrelevant are our personal thoughts and feelings. It is a great leap forward on the path to realization when we release self-importance. To the soul, it actually matters very little what role we choose to play out, but probably because we seek selfish reassurance, we repeatedly rehearse certain aspects of personality. These are naive attempts to experience life on life on our own terms, it says. The comedian's task is to reveal others' aspects, those which lurk beneath the gloss of what is socially acceptable, so that these denied parts can find release. There is no limit to the variations of expression of our uniqueness, and no requirement to favor this over that. Indeed, it is important to experiment and not to judge one aspect of personality better than any other. All aspects of self need to be promoted to discover the fullest range of potentialities. By laughing at humanity's funny ways, an entertainer softens resistance with us to acknowledge certainty of our own unlovely qualities. Alright, so all about like your self-awareness is here as well. It's through self-expression where we develop personal power. The power of personality evolves in the confident expression of the authentic self. Individuality arises out of the polarity between affirmation and surrender of ourselves as our worldview comes up against another's, and whether in anger or laughter, gently we are made to pause. All right, we spoke about that energy in today's first reading. So I'm going to jump over to the 2 degree mark of the Pluto in Aquarius. And this specific symbol is an unexpected thunderstorm. So here it says, all life is ephemeral. Even though we want to cement our lives into secure structures, nature always wins in the end. Submission to unforeseen and uncontrollable forces. Nature is a constant existential challenge to the works of people. Fires, floods, and winds tear down our strongest buildings and moments, and time itself erodes everything eventually. By this fact, we are reminded not only how small and insignificant we are and how magnificent it is, any creation that stands against nature for a while, yet also we remember that the need to develop inwardly the strength to cope with it all. Some sort of accident it speaks about. With optimism and confidence, setbacks will always further our ends. Nonetheless, it is more or less certain that we will be thoroughly inconvenienced in our lifetime by the shifting patterns of events in which we are obliged to participate. The appropriate attitude is one of to the alertness rather than complete temperamental instability. It is idiocy to shout threats at the thunder. There's a depiction here of a lightning bolts, and I believe in the last reading I spoke about how there was a guy that photographed a picture of the lightning bolt going over top of the Statue of Liberty. It says here, accidents by their very nature are unexpected, but only as their timing and particularities. They are entirely predictable as to their inevitability, so we can prepare for them, train ourselves in how to respond to them, and take fully responsibility for their implications in our lives. Nature's potentialities lie beyond our jurisdiction, so we must develop strategies for how to act when we are not in control. I feel like this is warning of some sort of unexpected change that's coming in. It's kind of giving me more so the Aries energy with the solar eclipse. All right. Where Pluto comes in and puts in destruction, Venus in Aries is more so looking at the energy as putting on a show. Wow. I don't know what this all means, but we're about to find out. Funny that here I am at the hour of the moon, and the moon is currently at close to 19 degrees in Pisces. Let me just take a look at that real quick. So if we're looking at the 19-degree mark with the moon in Pisces, it speaks about a master instructing his pupil. We spoke in the last reading a lot about where there's going to be some sort of teaching that's going to be done. All right, so this one here says transmission. Knowledge is kept alive by teachers who pass their information, understandings, and materials to their students. Participate in the transmission of love and knowledge. This functionality in our winning support for our idea is an aspect of the work. It is of individual worth to study, learn, and grow, yet there is a greater imperative that the special knowledge we must be invested in furtherance so that the line continues. There is a stream of spiritual awareness passed from teacher to student, and the more committed students become teachers and keep the tradition alive. Within Sufism, this is called the silsila, known as the transmission. A master instructing his disciple. Elucidation. Teachers guide us to place in the psyche that we don't even know exists. Most people desire to live by the rule of power possessors who propagate lies and half-truths to control the masses through popular concepts of empty knowledge. But the true student wants to avoid this at all costs. Therefore, further study is needed, and this must be outside the mainstream educational system, and it must include both rational and non-rational aspects of the psyche so that the true understanding is attained rather than mere repetition of fact and opinion. It's giving me higher knowledge. High executive ability evolves through gaining knowledge. This requires patient investigation and the genuine psychological insights that arise as much from understanding ourselves as our fellows. Queen of Cups and the Five of Wands. I've got the Two of Swords out here, the Seven of Swords, the Five of Pentacles. Alright, there's heavy changes coming in here. Lots of deception, lots of envy. I'm seeing love being brought back into the situation with the energy of decisions needing to be made. The Emperor. Continue. Ace of Pentacles. Alright. says self-refinement is the process by which we gain greater understanding of ourselves. Though this it is possible to learn of any appropriate reorientations currently indicated as useful shifts of perception and direction. It is very rare for this to be possible without guidance, because we are mostly in denial of our shadow side and cannot see the imperfections of character that must necessarily be addressed if we are to progress fully. Elucidation is essentially a symbol of unlimited potentiality. It arises out of the demand by human intelligence for a stake in any larger dimension they can imagine must exist in a world they have not yet opened up for themselves. We are drawn to our teachers so that they can guide us to places in the psyche that we don't yet know exist, except for a vague feeling that surely they must. So it's all about us expecting the unexpected with the unexpected thunderstorm coming in. Alright, there's going to be some sort of show that's put on. Alright, pertaining to a comedian entertaining a group. Alright. It says, life is the mirror that shows us who and what we are. This is a comedian revealing human nature. Alright, so the whole self-awareness thing, it says, although this process facilitates self-awareness, it does not guarantee it. Really, we need to reach out and attempt to understand the significance and wisdom of whatever comes up and is being shown to us. We can laugh with the comedian in order to release trivial tensions, or we can delve deeper to reach for hidden understandings, and then the release can be the experience on a much deeper level. We come across the same type of light-hearted revelation in so many different connections with people, and it is according to our preference whether we see them as idle diversions or find a glimpse of the truth of transcendence within each seemingly insignificant event that we encounter. The clowning can be considered as either a frivolous entertainment or profound and widespread spiritual teaching. The choice is yours. Self-expression, again, develops personal power, and the power of personality evolves in the confident expression of the authentic self. Individuality arises out of the polarity between the affirmation and surrender of self as our worldview comes up against another's, and whether in anger or laughter, gently we are made to pause. The emergence of who we really are occurs as life, which perpetually holds up a mirror to itself through us and to us. This is the essence secret, wrapped up in the cloudy mystery with its own conflicts and distortions that have yet to be released. What we see is nothing more than a reflection of our own inner nature. So what you put out there is what you get back. If you put out conflict, if you put out the energy of deception, if you put out the energy of feeling combative, that's what you receive in return. It's your decision to a Swords energy. Eight of Wands. There's important information coming through at this time. I'm going to wrap this up here. I'm going to start off with one Moonology card really quickly. And then I'm going to hit back to that deck. I'm going to give it a good shuffle. We are currently right now at 1:45 p.m. with the energy of the sextile over to Pluto in Aquarius with Venus in Aries. Waning moon energy, absolutely. So what do we need to release? Nothing is yet set in stone with the mutable moon, moon in Pisces. I feel this is your opportunity to make a choice, to make changes in your life that you need to release. Mutable energy is adaptable, versatile, and flexible with the energies. That's all Spirit has for me here with this Moonology deck. South Node, Aries in the 9th house. Sun, Moon, Rising, Leo energy. South Node in Libra, being in the 5th house. Fifth house speaks about self-expression and creativity. It has to do with a lot with the happiness, the joy, the contentment, the peace in your life. Also involves teaching children. Okay. So with the South Node being in opposition to Aries here, that would be in the 3rd house. 8 of Cups, Saturn and Pisces energy. Saturn and Pisces energy for this specific energy would be 8th house of transformation. Walking away from something successful, especially when it has to do with emotional disappointment, or walking towards something successful. So the waning moon is saying, what do you need to release emotionally here with the energy of the mutable moon being in Pisces? It's going to lead you directly to success. There's the High Priestess. You may intuitively know what this is. Page of Swords has been communicated to you already. Heavy on Pisces energy. Jupiter and Pisces is here with the Knight of Cups. Whatever this wish fulfillment is, you intuitively know. The Emperor is here again. Something heavy about decisions and wanting to hold back from making those decisions with the Seven of Wands energy. You have a lot of stress, anxiety, and or worries. I'm seeing a father figure being here as well with the King of Swords and the Emperor. Someone may be in the energy of discontent, distracting what it is that needs to be brought to light with the energy of the Sun. There's a Scorpio here. Could be a bit heartbreaking to their counterpart. This is also giving me in the direction where there's some sort of sacrifice and devotion in which has been highlighted in the reading. And that seems to be the main focus with the King and the King of Swords being here. Especially if it has to do with some sort of intuitive business is what I'm getting, like an enterprise, some sort of wish fulfillment coming through here. Heavy on the Pisces energy in the reading so far, as well as Cancer and Aries, which are both cardinal signs. I also have Gemini, Libra in the reading. And now Virgo's here pertaining to a soul's journey. Alright, someone could be going through, given like the dark night of the soul energy. Page of Wands could just be starting off with this energy here. Having some sort of passionate interest in this. To release from some sort of attachment, Devil energy. Ten of Pentacles. It's kind of giving me ending one difficult chapter to open up one of abundance. 10-10. I'm seeing the energy of Mercury in Virgo and the Sun in Gemini. The end of May through the middle of June. Alright, and Mercury moves into Virgo September 9th. Not sure what that has to do with anything, but that could be a time of releasing a negative attachment after going through another dark night of the soul, like the energy of another transformation is what it's giving me. Saying nothing yet is set in stone, so it's almost like if you're even making progress, you have to continue on focusing on whatever this journey is. Something needs to be brought to the light. There's the Empress card. That's a big yes. Down at the bottom of the deck, there's the Ace of Pentacles again. So it's almost like if you pass one stage of this transformation, you're on to the next. Whereas by the time we see Mercury in Virgo, and an ending to whatever this phase is, could be from Gemini season all the way over to Virgo season. All right, and it has to do with the energy of communication, because both of those signs are ruled by Mercury, which at this time it's still in retrograde in Aries, which is the very beginning of the astrological chart. All right. I feel that once the moon crosses over, this whole solar eclipse in Aries thing touches base with the energy of Mercury, touches base with the sun, touches base with the, Chiron and North Node energy. Here is where things will start taking off. All right, so what's needing to be released at this time is the focus. Waning moon cycle with mutable moon. All right, so nothing is yet set in stone as they continue on this journey, is what it's giving me. Stay focused. I'm seeing the Queen and the King of Swords, and I have the Empress here with the Emperor. The High Priestess is out here as well, but the Hierophant isn't here. And the Hierophant is definitely the mentor, the one with wisdom and knowledge, the teacher. I feel this is what's being manifested at this time. That's what's being worked on. Yeah. There's been a heavy emphasis on the need of rest and rejuvenation in order to tap into this energy. So the Hierophant is Taurus's energy, so possibly by Taurus season, when Venus moves into Taurus, which will then be on April 29th. Sun moves into Taurus on April 19th. I feel that's what we're getting ready for. Jupiter and Uranus are currently in Taurus. All right, so then we'll have the new moon in Taurus on May 7th, passing over these energies as well. Okay. And if Virgo is of significance, Juno, which is the asteroid of marriage and partnerships, speaks about commitment as well, is going to be going direct on April 21st. So this is a big month for all of this energy to switch over. We'll experience the full moon in Scorpio as well. All right, so that to me is the energy of releasing, all right, some sort of negativity. All right, Scorpio wants us to really tap into the energy of our deep emotional feelings and faces our fears before moving forward with our creative projects. It's kind of what I'm getting as well. And we also have Jupiter and Uranus conjuncting on the 20th of this month. It's a very big month for this energy here. A very big month. Yeah, I feel like Spirit is just saying continue making progress, even if it feels like things are being held up at this time with the Hanged Man. I feel like you're going to receive communication and how to continue to push forward with the Eight of Wands. And it could be from, your guidance here, and whoever this is for you. All right, so that could be your angel guides. Thank you, Spirit. All right, they're supporting you, working with you, gifting you everything that you need at this time in order for you to move forward. Yeah, you just have to be open to adapting to the changes that are happening within the energies, and avoid the energy of envy and or deceptive energies around your aura. That's what I'm getting. Okay. Yeah, remain strong at this time. Even if it feels like it's not coming, it's on its way. I feel that's the message. Give this a good shuffle. I'm going to pull from the Oracle, the Wisdom of the Oracle deck. Judgment. Down at the bottom of the deck, King of Wands. Share an experience with you guys. I just sat here in the energy of meditation for the very, very first time, and I chose to, instead of tapping into the cards, I chose to just close my eyes, put on the meditation of Archangel Uriel, and I began to see waves like this, but very fast moving waves to the energy of the vibration. Alright, so that could be significant here. Something quickly coming in, you needing to feel that you need to raise your vibration in some way. Rounding round, so this is revisiting a pattern from a different perspective. I called this card out in my last reading. Alright. So there's some sort of challenge here that needs to be broken. Because there's an event where some sort of lesson isn't getting quite integrated, pertaining to you seeing things within a different perspective this time around. Alright. There's some sort of unwanted burdens in your life at this time. Alright. And there needs to be some sort of forgiveness with whatever it is that's holding you back. That's what needs to be released. Alright, so yeah, I'm seeing waiting could be significant, having patience, moving slowly, focusing on your wellness, trusting your intuition at this time, staying in the energy of meditation and contemplation could be significant with the Breathe card. Notice that the vibration around her crown chakra is illuminated in this picture. TikTok and divine timing, it's on its way. Alright. That's interesting. I see here on the clock, it's pointing at 10:08 on the clock. And if you notice that the energy is shattered, it looks almost like confusion. Like things are kind of just timeless in the way things are supposed to happen. Alright, look at the picture really closely. You'll notice that the numbers are outside of the clock, just kind of in rotation. Alright, so it's speaking about like immeasurable timing. Like things will just happen in divine timing. When it's meant to happen. Alright, so you're meant to be the observer at this time, just gaining a different perspective, All right, it speaks about distancing yourself, speaking about like the illumination. What you seek is what you find. All right, so it's kind of being like the investigator of the energy. Neutral observation from a distance. And maybe this is what meditation helps you bring in. All right, is being able to actually view it from a different perspective during a different timeline in a different astral realm as you meditate, and what the vision for the future looks like. Even if you feel orphaned at this time, of being in between worlds, not understanding fully what's happening right now, Spirit is asking you, have no fear, continue to put in the work, because what's meant to come in for you will never pass you by. I feel that you are going to be bringing your dreams to life. It's just about you going the long haul with whatever this is for you. You need to remain strong. We saw that. Having strength. Yeah. This is the connection that you have with higher power. Okay. It's going to show that you are committed to the partnership that you have with higher power. Alright, and how you're going to be seeing the source and everything. Down at the bottom of the deck, it says it's time to go. Alright, there's an end to this journey. I feel your destiny is calling. I'm not sure what that destiny for you is all about. You can pull from the Moonology deck and get some clues on that energy. Just do the manifestation deck instead. After this solar eclipse will be the first quarter moon in Cancer. And then we'll be officially moving on to the energy of fixed energy. Starting with the full moon in Scorpio. Obviously in opposition to the sun in Taurus, which is the energy we keep getting here. So my readings from here on out could be pertaining to Taurus season. It was the energy I'm receiving here. And the reading speaking about Gemini and Virgo. Very significant to summer energy. Yeah, thank you, Spirit. Wow. Alright, so the full moon in Capricorn energy. There's two full moons that take place this summer. One July 21st and the other on, June 21st and July 21st. Alright, so during Cancer and in between Cancer and Leo seasons. Alright, which is like a once in a blue moon thing. So taking a reality check from here till then. Possibly even what you started this year with, because we had that new moon in Capricorn on the 111 portal, which was January 11th. That wanted to fly out. What was that? The new moon in Sag. Focus on your positive, or focus on the positive. So even back when the new moon was in Sagittarius could be significant. When was that? That happened to be on December 12th of 2023. Obviously, Sagittarius has to do with higher knowledge, has to do with spirituality, alright, specific belief systems, things like that. Last quarter moon in Libra typically happens when the sun is in, what's that, Capricorn. Okay. And that last quarter moon this year happened January 3rd, at the very beginning of the year. Alright, so the main focus stepping into this year was making time for self-love. As I explained back at the beginning of the year, where we stepped in with Mercury going direct on the 1st in Sagittarius. We stepped in with the energy of the new moon, and the moon was in Virgo at the time we stepped into the new year. Mercury was in Sag, Mars was in Sag. All right, so we stepped into this year specifically with immutable energy for 2024. All right, that's kind of what I'm getting from this. We were meant to focus on the positive, focus on self-love. All right, it was meant to open us up to taking a reality checks on what we wanted to accomplish as well. If you guys want to run back to the beginning of the year reading, I mean, that could be very significant overall. Anything else? Thank you. So, last quarter moon in Pisces wants us to talk less and feel more. Down at the bottom of the deck, first quarter moon in Cancer. Thank you, Spirit. I was waiting on this energy, pushing through any insecurities at this time, and this is going to be the energy coming up here on April, what is that, 15th. All right, so I believe this is going to be the Monday after the solar eclipse in Aries. All right, so not the 8th, but the 15th, the following Monday. All right, so talking less and feeling more with Pisces energy, and pushing through any insecurities at this time. Interesting that the only sign that isn't here for cardinal energy, as I said, we're getting ready to step out of this energy, is going to be the energy of the solar eclipse in Aries. All right, so we have the first quarter moon in Cancer, how this may have been affecting, Libra's energy back when we had that last quarter moon in Libra at the beginning of the year, and how we're going to be affected by the 2 full moons coming up in Capricorn in the summer. Okay. I'm seeing last quarter moon in Leo, lighten up. All right, get ready for the changes that are ready to happen this year. It's going to be big. Let's do a unshakable inner peace oracle card. Part of what you need to release, and that's what's holding you back. Express yourself creatively and start something new. That's the message, you guys. It says, what creative pursuits do you feel drawn to? Down at the bottom of the deck, it says, eliminate distractions and stop shining light on things that you are not. Love you guys. I'm leaving the reading there.